Hello friends, a very warm welcome to the Crochet Hook channel. Today we will learn how to crochet this very beautiful textured crochet stitch. This is called Alpine stitch. Being very rigid and perfectly woven in its nature, this stitch is apt for making the projects that need rigidness and completely a closed pattern, be it baby blankets or even rugs, pillow covers, and so on. The list is endless. Here, to begin with, this stitch is in multiples of 2. So we'll be making chains in multiples of 2. And here we have repeated rows of SCs, DCs, SCs, and DCs alternatively. So let's get started with this beautiful stitch. So to begin with, make a slip knot like this, and I'm going to chain 20. 20 will be the number of stitches that we will be working on. 20 plus 1 chain. The 1 chain here stands as the turning chain for a first row of SC. So chain 20 plus 1. Now, to begin our first round, this is a preparatory round, into the second chain, make 1 SC like this. Insert the hook into the next chain and make 1 SC. Again, into the next chain, work 1 SC. Into the next chain, work 1 SC. 1 SC into the next chain. We are going to make SC into every upcoming chain like this. So just keep making SCs till you reach the very end. At the end of this row, you should have a total of 20 SCs. I have reached the end and made my last SC into the last chain. So this completes this first round. Now for the next round, chain 2 and turn. Please chain 2 and turn, and we'll be working DCs. So yarn over and into, skip this first space here, into the next SC, make 1 DC, 1 DC into the next SC. And we are going to make DCs 1 at the top of every SC below, 1 DC into each SC in this round. In this stitch, we have 3 rounds as the preparatory rounds to begin our basic alpine stitch. 1 row of SCs, then a row of DCs we are making already. Just make 1 DC into every upcoming SC below like this. At the end of this row as well, we should have a total of 20 DCs. Counting chain 2 as well as the DC. So we first made 20 plus 1 chains, made the first chain as the turning chain, made a row of SCs, 20 SCs, and at the top of every SC we made a row of DCs. Now chain 1 and insert the hook into the very first space and make 1 SC. Again, into the next DC, make 1 SC, 1 SC into the next DC, and this is the round of simple SCs again. So just keep making 1 SC at the top of every stitch below like this till you reach the end. So reach the end here in this Last DC, just make the last SC like this. And now for the fourth round, chain 2 and turn. Now we are beginning to make FPDCs. So into the next stitch, make first simple DC like this. Then we have to look into the DC round below. This is the round we are working. This is the SC round. And this is the rounds of DC below. Here we chain 3. And these are the DCs. First chain 3 and this DC. After this DC, into the third one here. If we count chain 3 as a DC, into the third one here. That comes next to our DC in the working round. Insert the hook from front to back to front like this. Pull up the loop and work one FPDC like this. This is how it looks. Nextly, after we have made this FPDC, we don't have to work the very stitch behind it. Into the next stitch, next SC, work one simple DC. So we'll be alternatively working FPDC and DC. FPDC in the round below of the DCs and simple DC into the SC round below. So now, after this worked FPDC, we have to skip one DC below and into the next DC, just work one FPDC like this. After FPDC, in the next SC, in the immediate round of SCs below, make one simple DC. Skip the DC after this FPDC. This is the FPDC we made. Skip this DC next to it and into this one we'll be working our next FPDC. So we have to skip this one where we made this simple DC. This DC below and we'll work into this one. So yarn over, insert the hook from front to back to front, pull up the loop and work one FPDC. Simple. Nextly, it's turn to work one simple DC into the SC below like this. In the next SC we are working. Again, after this FPDC, skip one DC in the round of DCs below and work one FPDC in the next DC like this. Again, work one simple DC in the next SC below. Here, just work one DC and then skip this DC here. As we made this FPDC here, skip this one and into the next DC here in the round below of DCs, work one FPDC like this. Again, in the rounds of SC, in the next SC, work one simple DC. Nextly, skip this one and around this DC below, work one FPDC like this. In the next SC in the round below, make one DC and skip this DC and into the next DC below, just work one FPDC. We are alternating FPDCs with simple plain DCs. So nextly, make one DC in the next SC and then skip this DC below after the FPDC and work the FPDC in the next stitch. Again, work one DC in this SC next to it and then skip this DC below. Into the next one, work one FPDC like this. Lastly, into the next SC here, work one simple DC and this finishes our round here. If we count the stitches, we should have a total of 20 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20 here. So, as I already told, we'll be alternating DC rounds with SC rounds. So, chain 1 and turn the work and always we'll be working SCs from the back side. So just insert the hook into the very first stitch here, work one SC and we'll be working SCs into all the stitches. So just keep working one SC into every upcoming stitch for this round. Be careful not to skip any stitch. Also, keep the hand a little loose. The stitches should not be tight, as the texture will go away. So very lightly, just keep making one SC into every DC and FPDC below. Please keep counting so that we don't miss any stitch. The number should remain same unless and until you are reducing. And into this last top second chain, the last SC made. This is the back side. We work the SCs. Now will be the round of DCs, chain 2 and turn. Here yarn over, and we have this DC here. Just work one FPDC around this DC. So we created the pattern and we have this next SC stitch. Work one simple DC into this SC below like this. Again yarn over, and this is the worked DC. These two are the worked and this one is the non-worked one. We'll be working our FPDC into the non-worked ones only. So just recognize them. They are very easy to find. So yarn over and into this one, around this simple plain DC, we'll make one FPDC like this. Again into the SC in the round below here. Actually above this FPDC below, we make this plain simple DC and then skip this DC just below it, this FPDC below it, and into the next simple DC we work one FPDC like this. This is how it looks. Again into the next SC, work one DC, the normal DC, and just below it there is one FPDC, and then after that there is one non-worked DC. Work one FPDC around this one like this. Again into the next SC. This is the next stitch here. We'll be working our simple DC into this. So yarn over and just make one DC. Again yarn over. After this worked DC, worked FPDC, and this is the non-worked one. So just around this simple DC work one FPDC. Then in the next SC work one DC. Yarn over, this is the non-worked one. Around this make one FPDC. This is what we are creating. Again in the next SC work one DC like this. Between these two worked DCs there is non-worked DC, work one FPDC around it like this. Into the next SC in the immediate round below, work one DC. Again between these two worked DCs there is one non-worked DC, work one FPDC around this. Nextly a simple DC in the next SC here only, work one DC. Again between these two worked FPDCs there is one non-worked one, just work one FPDC around it, and in the next SC here work one simple plain DC, normal one, and these are the last stitches left. Just work one DC at the top of them and it's done. To be sure, it's good to count the stitches. Now after the rounds of DC, we'll be working SCs, chain 1, we'll be working SCs all along So just insert the hook into the very first SC, into the very first stitch and make 1 SC, then into the next stitch make 1 SC. Just keep working 1 SC into every upcoming stitch like this. We are working SCs all along. Please keep counting so the number of stitches remains the same. At the end of this round, we should again have a total of 20 stitches. In the last this stitch, make 1 SC. After this round of SC, we'll be working our DCs again. So chain 2 and turn the work. Yarn over here into the next SC. Work 1 DC, then we have just below it one worked DC and next to it is one non-worked one. Yarn over and into this DC, simple DC below, work 1 FPDC around it like this. Again, next to it is one SC, work 1 DC into this SC. We have these two worked FPDCs and between them, this is the non-worked one. Around this, work 1 FPDC like this. Yarn over into the next SC here, just work 1 DC like this. Again, yarn over. This is the non-worked one between the two FPDCs. Around this simple DC, work 1 FPDC, and after FPDC we work 1 DC in the next SC here. So just work 1 DC in the SC next to it. Yarn over. In the row below we have two worked FPDCs and between them there is one simple DC. Work 1 FPDC around it. Again 1 DC in the next SC like this. Between these two worked FPDCs, this is the one that is non-worked one. Around it make 1 FPDC and in the next SC here work 1 DC. Again yarn over between these two worked FPDCs. This is the simple DC, work 1 FPDC around it. Into the next SC. In the immediate round below, work 1 DC. Again, these are the two ones. And in the center of this, middle of this, there is one unworked DC, work 1 FPDC around it and work 1 DC into the next SC. Between these two FPDCs, this is the non-worked one. Around this, work 1 FPDC. Again, into the next SC in the immediate round below, here, work 1 DC. We have 2 stitches left. So, we can work 1 FPDC around this next DC below, which is non-worked one, and just work 1 simple DC in the SC below like this. This completes this round. We have practiced it really well. I hope I have been able to explain the things well. Chain 1 and 2 comments. I always love to work the last round with the SC round. So just work 1 SC into every upcoming stitch as we always did. We work SCs on the back side like this. Just keep counting and work a total of 20 SCs into every stitch below. Be careful not to tighten the stitches. And this completes the pattern. The SC row on both the sides gives a very beautiful definition and border to this beautiful alpine stitch. And here we have this last one and one more, 2 SCs to be made like this. This is the last one, and this completes this row of SCs as well. This is the back side, chain 2, and you can work more times to practice this stitch. And you can begin making the FPDC into this very simple DC. So let's practice it one more time here. We made chain 2, and this is the non-worked DC in the row below of the DCs, just one FPDC around it. And at the top of this worked DC below, here in this SC, work 1 DC. Again, between these two worked FPDCs, this is the non-worked one. Around this, work 1 FPDC in the round below. Yarn over, and above this, this is the SC. Just next to it, work 1 DC. Between these two worked FPDCs, this is the simple DC. Work 1 FPDC around this one. And nextly into the next SC, here work 1 DC. Again, between two worked FPDCs, this is the simple plain DC, work 1 FPDC around this, like this. This DC row is 2 rounds below, and into the immediate round below in the SC, next to it work 1 simple DC. Now between these two worked FPDCs, this is the DC, work 1 FPDC around it, and in the SC next to it, here work 1 DC. Again, we have 2 worked DCs, and in between them there is a non-worked one, work 1 FPDC around it, yarn over, and into the very next SC at the top of the worked FPDC below, work 1 DC. Between these two worked FPDCs, work 1 FPDC in the non-worked one, and at the top of this one, in this SC next to it, work 1 DC. Again, between these two worked FPDCs, this is the simple DC, work 1 FPDC around it, yarn over, and above this there is one SC, next to it work 1 DC. Again, between these two FPDCs, this is the non-worked one, work 1 FPDC around it, and in the last stitches just work simple DC like this. One more to go in the chain 2, and this completes the round. This is such a beautiful stitch, and here we first made 20 chains, then worked 20 SCs onto them, then worked simple DCs, then worked again 20 DCs on 20 SCs on 20 DCs, then began working for the FPDC row as I have already explained here. We have to always recognize the two FPDCs, and between them we'll get to know the simple DCs into which we have to work in the next rounds of DCs. To commence this pattern, we'll again make this row of SCs. To define this pattern, chain 1, turn the work, and into the very first stitch make 1 SC, and just work 1 SC into every stitch below with a very light hand. Don't tighten the stitches. And at the end of this row as well, we should have a total of 20 stitches. If you are just practicing the stitch, it will be good to count the stitches in every round so as not to skip any stitches. Just work one light-handed SC into every stitch below. This is a great stitch for so many robust crochet projects which need a rigid, robust and completely closed structure of stitches. Alpine stitch can be used in a variety of crochet projects. Go ahead and have fun crocheting this beautiful, beautiful stitch. The elegance of this stitch lies in its very simplicity. Have fun learning, have fun crocheting. See you next time. Bye bye.